that in a sense we invite hardship in order to sort of feel good about ourselves or something through what we do. There are occasions though where feeling good about what you do doesn't require suffering.
Yeah, and then who's to say, that, I mean, biking really is a joy, okay? There may be some uncomfortable parts of it, but, I mean, just watching the pavement go by and the wind in the hair, I mean, I love getting on a bike.
Yeah.
Usually, like I said, I use bike as a functional thing, usually trying to get from point A to point B, but I don't even like getting in my car.
Yeah.
It's just the difference between biking and driving a car is so night and day for me. So much rather, if I can bike there, I will bike there. Because to me, getting in a car and driving, a ton or 2 tons of metal around is just nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Totally nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Or as a bike, for the most part, if you fuck up, you hurt yourself. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is so ridiculous that we haven't found a way to move our bodies around in something between a car and a bicycle.
Yeah, something other than a big hunk of metal.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I think we're gonna get there at some point.
Now they're hunks of plastic.
Where it'll be bicycles that have motorized assistance, for example.
Mm-hmm.
There's cargo bicycles that are being developed that have motorized assistance, so that you could haul, a bunch of stuff up a hill. Yeah. Did you want to get that biker?
Someone tried to come in, but it was locked.
Oh, really?
Someone with a haircut too. Just walked down that way. He had a nice haircut. And they tried to get in.
I'm gonna check it.
They just went into fuel.
They might have just gotten.
Yeah, maybe. Let him know he's got a nice haircut. Oh, it is open. Okay.
Yeah. Our viewers have gone up a little bit. I've noticed we've been hovering around 18 people.
18, wow.
Yeah.
So never quite got to 21.
Not 20. Well, who knows? I haven't been watching.
21 and a call-in to give it. Yeah. To give away that trail pass.
That trail pass. Yeah, there's a trail pass for the number 21 listener, and the phone number here is 935-2951. Just in case you are listening, and also let us know if there's audio problems, or if you have something you want to direct us in some way. We're obviously just kind of winging this. We've been doing it since 4 a.m, and before that, I was winging it with other people.
Yeah, Zav has been winging it all night.
Right now, the temperature is 79 degrees.
Is it a little weather?
It's 9:51.
Reality check?
Yeah, a little. Let's see what the forecast is. For some reason, I'm having trouble finding a forecast.
I'll forecast it for you by looking out the window.
Yeah. You don't need this.
It's like a beautiful day with towering cumulus
internet
clouds.
Search.
A good, decent wind coming from the northwest. Breezy and fairly cool compared to the sweltering heat.
I think that people will do really well on this race because there hasn't been any bad weather at all.
Yeah, very awesome biking weather. Actually, as cool as it was last night, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, they say it's the high today will be 79 degrees, and it'll go down to about 63 tonight. But we won't get to night. We'll just get to evening. So it's going to be a beautiful day today for the bikers. Yeah. News-wise, it's been confirmed that the CERN discovery of the new particle is likely to be the Higgs boson. I'm not sure why that's news. That seems kind of old.
Well, I heard it's going to take them years to actually check that.
Right.
To really be sure of it.
Yeah.
But I think in a lot of ways we've already discovered the God particle. It definitely exists, whether we can find it or not.
In what sense?
Well, in the sense that even the most top level physicists right now I think, have already sort of admitted that there is a very mystical element to even a hard science like physics.
Uh-huh.
You know, the worldview is no longer mechanistic.
Uh-huh.
It's no longer, oh, it's just a machine. You know,
Right.
and these are the moving parts. It's physics, even at the very high level physics. These people are realizing that, you know, the whole interaction of the world and the way we observe it is much closer to, say, a spiritual religious vision than it was to like pure Newtonian science. So,
I see.
so the God particles exist in that sense. In the sense
Yeah.
that these physicists are like telling us like, wow, this is a crazy, crazy universe.
Yeah.
You know? And it's not gonna be explainable in the sense that, you know, it was 200 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
And, yeah, which is funny that it was, you know, we
thought it
were
could be.
yeah, we thought that we could
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah.
And of course, the more you know, the more you know that
The more
you don't
you know, the more you the more the more you know, the less.
You know?
Yeah. 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 But,
Yeah. Or the more you know you don't know.
yeah. The more. Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Yep.
But yeah, bicycles that will be cargo bicycles that are electrical, battery powered, but you're still pushing, you're still using your body to move it, you know, especially on like flat ground. But then when you need to go up a hill, you could go, you know, you use that power to get you up the hill or whatever.
Yeah.
Those kinds of developments, I think, are on the horizon. When I was in New York City, I was amazed by the bike trails, the bike paths in Manhattan. Have you seen them? Have you been there?
No, I've been to New York, but I'd never used the bike trails.
The bike paths in Manhattan, it's, you know, this is the thing about places like New York City, is that there's this confluence of so many smart people with great ideas. They just all go to New York.
They do. They're attracted there.
Unfortunately, that's what happens. You know, that's where there's money. That's where there's the schools. That's where all the people hang out who have money and education. And so anyway, they came up with this really great bike path system in Manhattan, where instead of putting the bike, you know, normally you have the sidewalk, the parking lane, the bike lane, the road. The way somebody came up with a simple idea. Instead, they have the sidewalk, the bike lane, the parking lane, the road. So the parking lane becomes a wall that protects the bikers
Right.
from the traffic.
How do they fit that in there? I mean, because usually you have parking meters. Usually, you know, you have traffic, then you have cars, and then you have parking meters. I mean, where did they fit that in?
They
Where would we fit in here in
Yeah.
Milwaukee? Where would we fit in that bike path? protected
well,
bike path?
you would put looking right now out the window. There's a bike. They have a bike lane, and then they have a car lane. This is something Nick probably could talk about too.
Uh-huh.
And then you have the road. Well, what if you just switch that? Move that bike lane right next to the sidewalk, right next to where the gutter is,
Right.
and you put the cars on the other side of that line.
That's a great idea.
And now you create a little protective wall for
Yeah.
the bikers.
Right.
Also, cars are more likely to be driven. You're going to have a driver, but you're not going to have not necessarily a passenger.
Yeah.
So there's a less high likeliness that someone's going to open a door on you on the passenger side.
Yeah. I guess they would contend that you're putting the driver's side door into traffic if you put the car right next
Into the
to
bike traffic.
You know, if you put the parking lane right next
Right.
to the traffic lane, then the driver opening his door,
Mm-hmm.
you know, is putting his door into traffic.
Yeah, I mean,
That would be the
think part of it is that New York City has really wide
streets.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're almost like
Yeah.
4-lane highways.
Okay.
So there's room for play
Yeah.
in there.
So-
Because I think they even make some room for the passenger door to open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other thing, just to finish up the sort of the description of it, they paint the lane complete, like the bike lane is painted green,
Huh.
so you know you're in a you know
Yeah,
the bike lane, you
very
see
obvious.
it's very obvious, yeah.
And green means go.
And it means green, environmental,
Oh, okay.
supposedly, you know, even though
Yeah.
it's all this paint you're putting on the sidewalk
I know.
or on the
I've,
cement.
Yeah, I mean, this is a wild one, but I always envisioned like sort of like bike lanes that were suspended above the road.
Oh yeah.
You could actually, if you could like, use the light posts or whatever, have structures that would
The trees.
Yeah, that would suspend the bike lane above the road.
Yeah.
And you could really have, you could actually make sure, instead of having this grid pattern for your bike,
Yeah.
you could have, go diagonal, you could go
Right, like suspended bridges, kind of.
Yeah, we'd have a second layer of the city that was completely just for bikes.
Yeah. Well, the Marsupial Bridge is getting there.
Yeah, it's sort of the concept.
Yeah. But one of the things that we have to deal with as Western society collapses a little bit. And collapses maybe, we think of that as a negative, but it maybe we're growing in another sense, is that we have to, there's a lot of great ideas out there.
Yeah, it's...
But to implement them takes resources.
Oh, yeah.
Money and...
Yeah. And sometimes you wonder that some of the simplest ones haven't been executed, where we do amazing things, in the digital age, computers, things that are just mind-blowing.
Right.
Just unreal. Simple things like, putting an electric battery on a bike,
Yeah.
that still has a long way to go.
Yeah.
It's like where we put our focus.
Mm-hmm.
We can do incredible things with a computer chip, but with a bike, we haven't evolved. We haven't really, gone that far technically.
I think if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. It's now we're on that path.
Well,
I feel like there's a lot of thought going into that.
Thank God
stuff.
for the end of petrol, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Cuba was lucky in the sense that they had it imposed upon them.
Right.
The U.S. embargo actually gave them a oil that made it oil shortage.
Yeah.
And,
My name is Ingrid,
and so they had to adapt.
the thing is, you will
10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And-
2000.
Oh, in 2000, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, right. So now they're ahead of us.
Yeah.
In the sense that they are adapting to a world with
Right.
less.
Yeah, in a funny way. I talked about this a little bit earlier on.
Riverwest Radio.
New Orleans and Detroit are probably two of the cities that are the most, from one perspective, you say they're cities that are falling apart and failing.
The girl dropped something out of her pocket.
Like an important piece of paper?
I don't know. Some pieces of paper are important, other ones aren't.
I'm waiting actually for Shelly to get here. Shelly
She's
Davis.
okay. You're knocking. You got her attention. She's looking down.
That must not be,
So in the meantime, we're gonna just talk about
Isn't it? No? Oh, maybe not. Okay.
Okay.
So today's quote
I
is,
swear I saw it fall.
Well, maybe she didn't realize she had it in her pocket.
Well, she took it.
Oh, she did take it. So maybe it was a receipt or something.
She gives us love
Oh, and I was gonna say Detroit and New Orleans now in another way are sort of like the cutting edge of
which impulse
um,
to follow.
society in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The urban gardening movement.
Yeah, and sort of like
Rebuilding cities.
there are these
Bit of shock
these places that can be reshaped. They can be retooled.
Colorado.
Whereas a place like Milwaukee, you can't really do that as much because
Not a-
everything's functional.
Right. As long as the city is what's working and what they call, successful or prosperous, things aren't going to change.
Right.
And that's scary. That status quo is one of the scariest things out
And I
there.
think
right
we
now.
all should be
Yeah,
responsible.
yeah.
And I don't really want to get political, but that's why sometimes when you vote and you vote for the status
Brought up
quo,
the
it's
past 20, 30
you're gonna get left behind. And
Yeah.
this is a city that I think has been
have a
stagnant
lot
for
to do with how
many decades
Yeah.
because
a person without a criminal record
we've been successful enough in certain ways that
kill people
as
without
long as there's economic prosperity, unfortunately that can
I would
sort
say
of work
that
to the
video games
disadvantage of the
trains them.
community.
Yeah.
Prosperity sometimes means Walmart.
I've played a
Mhm.
couple combat
Yeah.
And
Or it
And-
means
and
And you know what?
not
You're
addressing
addicted
the
to
real
killing
elephant in the room,
Yeah.
because you have
Not
something to kind of
everything
distract you with.
has
Yeah.
their
Oh, we're doing well.
characters
Why
in it.
change? You know.
Right.
It's like,
There's
you know,
some
as long as
games
you got the power to run, you
that I
know, your
wouldn't
clothes
see
dryer, you're probably
being
gonna
so
use
bad
it.
for a child.
Yeah.
Even though it'd be a whole lot better if everyone just put their
Thing
clothes
that
out on the
they're
line.
Yeah.
On a nice day like today.
Yeah.
But how many people are gonna run their dryer?
But
Yeah,
there are
yeah.
other shows where
Or get a different appliance,
there
like
are other shows where
replace their appliance or
Yeah.
replace the things that
looks
use
just
up.
like
Because they can afford to run the, you know, the old junky one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
And the
yeah,
bills just aren't that bad.
Yeah.
You know, your Wii energy bill isn't
what
isn't
happens.
staggering
What makes it
yet.
easier
You
to-
know, so then
kill
so
a
then you
person
you keep using the thing that's not.
the control,
And I'm not saying people should go buy brand new
the
green
noises, you know, and you get
appliances,
excited.
because
No,
I feel
not
like
at all.
that's a similar
Killing
problem.
you.
Or
and there's
that's
a lot of marketing.
yeah.
Like we're talking about solar cells. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not. You know, some of it isn't.
I don't know.
You know, we're finding out might not be the best solution. We're still
Yeah.
trying to find
The best solution.
It's good to try. But
Guarantee you that
Yeah.
bullying
It's
has
yeah. Well, it's great to explore those
Yeah.
things. I love to explore, you know, alternative
yeah,
solutions.
I've used solar cells.
Only to find out that they don't work. I mean, this video store, all the paper lanterns here are solar.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I try to, you know, I have 4 solar panels on the roof. But the batteries are super expensive.
And toxic. And toxic.
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, I don't even have to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, I get a little money off of the dead batteries, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is that I spent a lot of money setting up my solar, but you know, you got to put batteries. You got to have batteries. It's just like anything. It's like a flashlight. You know, you got to have batteries for the flashlight.
Yeah.
And really, that's what a solar system is. It's really like a big flashlight. You
Yeah.
know, it's you're running your electrical power. You're not running your power off of the solar panels. You're running your power off a battery bank.
Right.
And that battery bank those batteries can be $300 each, and you might need 4 of them. So you're talking $1,200
Yeah.
for some good batteries. And I'm not really willing to make that kind of investment in my batteries. And so I go with these golf cart batteries, and then sort of old used ones that are being sold and aren't quite as good as brand new ones, and then you got to maintain them, and
Yeah.
so all that stuff gets, that. But to me, I wouldn't know that if I didn't go there. So I go there to find out what's wrong with it. So in other words, I didn't go into putting solar in my place with the idea that it was going to be a utopic solution. I went into it to find out what are the problems. How does it
Right.
not work?
Right.
You
Right.
know.
You can explore. Yeah. Well, I was gonna. I hate to say it, but I need to take a break.
Oh yeah, that's that's fine. Gosh, actually, that is sort of.
I saw a study.
I am in a funny. It is a funny situation because
People in the United
don't
States
have-
feel
Are we waiting for the next
Just think about that for a second.
radio spot?
yeah. We're waiting for the next people. Oh yeah, we're looking at that thing, but that's not. I have a notebook with all the people who said they're coming in and stuff, and they said they were coming in. But the thing is, of course, it's Saturday morning,
Yeah.
so who's gonna wanna
Yeah.
come do radio first thing in the morning?
Well, for right now, I can
Well, you-
I can play a track.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
give people a break from our voices.
Yeah, right, yeah, because we
Yeah.
tend to.
We
Talk a lot.
We've gone a long way. We've done a lot of circles, just like these bikers.
Yeah.
So let's take a moment and let's do a little bonus checkpoint here.
Yeah, a little
We're gonna give
music.
ourselves some bonus
Right.
points. All right.
My mission on this show is to
Wow.
find people who will make you think.
You were born to be free, so why you wasting away? Why you wasting away? you wasting away? Teachers today, they got nothing to say, they got nothing to say, because they taught them that way. They only do what they're told so they can get their pay and go home. They walk down the street with their hearts in their hands, and they grow up too fast, and then they can't understand what it's like to be a woman or maybe a man, 'cause it's wrong. You watch them standing in line, you see them going insane, 'cause they wasted their time while they're waiting in vain. This is the way it should be. You were born to be free, so why you wasting away? Why you wasting away? You were born to be free, so why you wasted away?
Testing myself. I don't think so. No, I don't think I can hear myself.
Okay. Well, we'll fix that, but that's your mic.
Hold on to this. Okay, gotcha.
You can put it on the stand as however you want. However you would like.
The kids today, they got nothing to say, they got nothing to say, because they taught them that way. They wanna watch them go and put them in their grave till they're gone. They mess with their hearts and they mess with their minds, and they plug up their ears and then they make them go blind. They walk on the street and they can't tell what time it is. You see them standing in line, you watch them going insane, because they wasted their time while they're waiting in vain. This is the way it should be. You were born to be free, so why you wasting away? Why you wasting away? You see them standing in line, you watch them going insane, while they're wasting their time, 'cause they're waiting in vain. This is the way it should be. You were born to be free, so why you wasting away? Why you wasting away? Teachers today, they got nothing to say, they got nothing to say, because they taught them that way. They only do what they're told so they can get their pay and go home. They walk down the street with their hearts in their hands, and they grow up too fast, and then they can't understand what it's like to be a woman or maybe a man, 'cause it's wrong. You watch them standing in line, you see them going insane,
We stop talking.
'cause they wasted their time.
All right, we noticed the viewership went up when we stopped talking. We're gonna take that as a sign.
You know, that's the other thing is I could just put music on and let it go.
Yeah, let's give him some music.
Yeah. I'm sure no one expected us to be just like constantly talking.
Well, why don't you call the phone, Zav,
Okay.
and then that way you can walk around with the phone on,
Right.
and you can also put the music on, so it'll be background music, very low.
Right. That's my thought. That's what I was thinking. I don't think I want to do it right this second because I want to go to the bathroom and kind of prepare myself. And then I'll just like, when it's time, I'll just go. You know what I'll do? I'll get a CD ready so that you don't
Okay.
need to leave your laptop.
Okay.
That was in 2007. That day,
CDs, which I think
I
are
will
probably.
never forget that day.
I just got
Whoa, this is chilled out time. Okay.
When you're
Here we go.
That,
a
well, let's
Milwaukee
get a chance.
sweater, you know,
hand. Cause the government rules all across this land. We understand the love for man. Cops are cool, white, fat, and dumb. Republican, making bombs and guns in the name of God. Ass kiss, fat cat, dumb Democrats. So silly Billy, don't do that on Capitol Hill. But he with the money makes the rules. The land of the free, don't be fooled. You can do what you want, it's cool. But good goddamn, Uncle Sam got his hands on my contraband. Good goddamn, Uncle Sam and his land are now named Brand. So would you go down? So would you go down?
But I work today.
C'est bon pour ce que j'ai, ça me fait du bien, les petits boudins. C'est facile et ça n'engage à rien, les petits boudins, les petits boudins, les petits boudins, les petits boudins. The race called greed, bite the hands that feed. No, it's wrong. Well, ask the chief. Let's dig out that wreath. We'll grow the beef when the jungle's gone. But he with the money makes the rules. The land of the free, don't be fooled. You can do what you want, it's cool. But good goddamn, Uncle Sam got his hands on my contraband. Good goddamn, Uncle Sam and this land is now named Brand. Good goddamn, Uncle Sam, I'm the fire in the frying pan. Good goddamn, Uncle Sam, he can do it, but I can't. Good goddamn, Uncle Sam, fight the power, fight the man. Let's all join hands and fight the man. Yeah. Good goddamn, Uncle Sam. Good goddamn,
Hello. I just wanted to point out that we are still giving away a trail pass to the next caller in. So, we did achieve our 21 viewers, and we are ready to give something away. Just call in. The number is 935-2951. 935-2951.
I've been out on my own. I've been getting what's mine. I want you to grab what you can like crazy, because you're all out of time. So you live in a dream, but you know it's well. There's no one cares. You live in hell. Well, they said you've been good, and they said you've been bad. I like to laugh when we're happy, baby. You make me cry when you're sad. I live in a dream, but you're living in hell. There's nothing to do, 'cause I know it's well. No,
I've known you.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm like, yes, you know.
how I do it. And I would
Like it's got a boss, it's a bell that rings and things to make it look good. I'd give it to you if I could, but I borrowed it. You're the kind of girl that fits in
You know what I'm
with
saying?
my
So,
world. I'll give you anything, everything if you want
me to
me.
be.
I've got a cloak, it's a bit of a joke. There's a tear up the front, it's red and black, I've had it for months. If you think it could look good, then I guess it should. You're the kind of girl that fits in with my world. I'll give you anything, everything if you want me. I know a mouse and he hasn't got a house. I don't know why I call him Gerald. He's getting rather old, but he's a good mouse. You're the kind of girl that fits in with my world. I'll give you anything, everything if you want me. I've got a clan of gingerbread men. Here are men, there are men, lots of gingerbread men. Take a couple if you wish, they're on the dish. You're the kind of girl that fits in with
I would
my
much rather
world.
play a
I'll
song
give you anything, everything if you want me.
than to
I know a room of music and tunes, some rides on cheap, but they're never not worth. Let's go into the other room and make a work.
yeah, that's how this came about.
Well, congrats to you also.
Thank you. I'm doing what God wants me to do too. And especially in how the world is looking now, we need all of
Jusqu'au matin, ce petit boudin, ce petit boudin, ce petit boudin, ce petit boudin, ce petit boudin. C'est bon pour ce que j'ai, ça me fait du bien. Les petits boudins, c'est facile et ça n'engage à rien. Les petits boudins, les petits boudins, les petits boudins.
I perform. I enjoy getting paid to perform. However, you know, if it's something that is a community building thing, I certainly am in attendance. And if I'm asked to perform, generally do it myself. And I think just being comfortable enough to talk about my past experiences in hopes that someone else will remember it when it comes up for
Hey,
them.
how does it sound?
Yeah, I think
I'm
that's
just
okay.
testing my phone so that I can go out in the field all by myself and continue reviewing the bike race solo.
I'm still meeting people.
And oh, it sounds good? Okay, so yeah, we're just trying to find that mixture between music and telephone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I think I'll stop it and then I'll start over in a second.
Okay.
You know, it's not like we're violating.
Dans mon calepin, que des petits boudins. Il y a surtout toi, toi qui n'as rien. D'un petit boudin, t'as rien de commun. Avec les petits boudins. Les petits boudins. Les petits boudins.
I'm learning to get out of my
Les
own way.
petits boudins.
When things are presented to me, often I like to be good at what I do, so often I don't do things because I haven't mastered it yet. So I'm like, no, being on the radio, you know, not.
Just have fun.
Yeah, just
You know what
go
I
with the
mean?
flow. I didn't think about it. I didn't prepare. Obviously, you know, I'm just.
But I like that.
Yeah, so I put like I think I just about abolished fear, like done, you know. So
Because it's better because nobody can really see you.
yeah, for sure.
You know, my dream job was always to be a news anchor, but I mean, that fear of people looking at me, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I was just on Fox 6. It was the first time I was on a actual news, station like that, and it was an intense. I mean, it's quick, it's intense, it's live.
Right.
No
Live, no
fumbles.
joke.
I was like, oh, but I survived. It was, it worked
Right.
out.
Good for you. What was that?
That was last week. We were going on when they brought Dwayla in Sunday, so we were on, promoting the show with the poem. It was very, it was very political. So I was like, I hope this is cool. I didn't ask. I just thought, I hope this is cool and it's live. So if it's not,
Freedom of speech. So I have my own personal request. Could you recite? I do believe this about you and how you were brought up without a father. What's the
I
name
do
of that?
have that. I should know that. I should know what the name of it is. I'm awful at titling, so the only time I do it is when I have a CD that I have to put a title on. So I titled that My Wish. And I can't say that I know it all. I don't recite it, but I will do what I can as best I can.
Silence.
Okay, perfect.
My check.
When he entered,
Okay, so
it was like the whisper
I'm
of the wind on a
gonna
dark
start
and rainy night.
just going out on my own
And
and
I dreamed
interviewing
of this
people.
moment
Ian,
as a
it's been
child,
good
just
having you
reaching
on.
out to Daddy Dearest after
Thanks for
27 years.
being here for so
Was I
long,
delirious
and
or filled with curiosity?
we'll just continue
'Cause I
the
was craving to
continue
know
the
this
show
man who planted a seed
in this
and
new,
fled abruptly like he rode the sea
completely
right out of his birth country.
solo
See, in the
way.
mirror,
This
was
may be a
always a
first
mystery.
for radio.
Cuban features never fully blending in with my family, forcing me to be this adult and reach out my hand. Use that commanding nature that is only seen when anger
Maybe I'll go
boils
outside
over
and see if
inside of
anyone
me.
wants to talk
You
to
see,
me.
for years I carried through our countless moves this one black and white photo. It was a man with boxing gloves and dark curly hair, the same hypnotizing eyes that I see in the mirror. I felt resentment because my own flesh
How's it
shunned
going? Are
me.
you part of the
Still, I
bike
carried
race?
a wish in my back
Are you taking a
pocket
break right
that
now?
one day he'd return.
Oh, do you mind
And
if I
like
ask you
those
some
talk
questions
shows,
for the
we'd be
radio?
nervous, but we'd hug and connect and forget or forgive.
Okay, go ahead and
So
tell me
on
your
my
name.
21st birthday,
Devin.
I wrote
And
a
are you
heartfelt
from
letter that was
Riverwest?
kind of
I
like
am.
an essay
Okay, is this
arranged
the
in a way
first
that a
time you're
child
doing it, or how
would
many
speak
times
to
have
a
you done
parent
it?
who passed away.
third year.
It
Third
said,
year.
"Daddy,
And how are you doing compared to the
Daddy,
previous
I
year?
hate you missed my birthdays
Probably
and
worse.
weren't there to cheer for me
Oh, yeah?
backstage
What
at my
would be the
pageant.
reason?
And Daddy,
I
wished
drink
on a
more.
million stars that
Do
you'd
you
been
think
there to
that,
see
I have
my
a feeling
first
a lot of
car
people are
or
saying that they're
from that
just
skid
taking
on
it a
the
little
bike in
easier
the
this year. Do you
alley.
think
And
that that
Daddy,
is,
Daddy, I know you
might be
love to
because
see the
of
great
all
woman
the
I've
extra
become.
bonus stuff?
As I wrote this,
No,
tears
I
were
think
marked
people
by
people
numbness,
realize
then
they just want to have fun.
dumbness, 'cause
Yeah,
forgive
maybe
him,
that's what's
he
going
made
on.
the
People
choice,
are
so he had
realizing
to
that they
live
don't
with it,
want to
and the
go
thought of me
hardcore as
feeling
much. It's not
sad
really
felt
worth it.
ridiculous, so
Yeah.
I tucked
Oh,
that
yeah.
letter away into
And I
the
feel like
recess
maybe
of
that's
my
what the
soul
those people who are
6
making
years
the race
later.
are kind of
Like
trying
the
to
Black Panther
convey as
pacing
well.
back and
That
forth,
was the
my
idea
soul
from the
was still
beginning.
unsettled. See, this
So how many
idea of a
lap are you
heartfelt
on, if
reunion
I could
had
ask?
passed, but these unanswered
Uh,
questions I still had to ask, and I was
Fourth lap
tired
on the
of
third
masking this
manifest, I
internal
think.
emptiness.
Oh, so that's
to
quite a bit.
fulfill,
See,
I
4
decided to seek him.
and it's 10,
See
so
the
24
resemblance with
laps.
no letters,
That's
no
quite a bit.
warnings. I wanted
Yeah.
his true response.
Because you're
Expected
talking
no
24
apologies,
times
'cause it'd
4,
been way
that's
too
almost
long of his
100 miles.
apologies. Will they never
Yeah,
rewrite the
I guess
wrongs?
it is.
No sad songs or
I'm not really
lullabies.
thinking about
He
it.
opened the
Well,
door
a
with
lap
no
is
surprise,
4
like the
miles,
gods
4
had warned
plus
him of my
miles. There's more
coming.
than 4 miles
Staring
in
at
a
the
lap.
eyes from the
If you do
picture,
24
the piece
of
the
if you do
puzzle I'd been
5,
missing with
if they were
brief
5
handshakes and
mile
cordial
laps, it'd be, so
introductions.
maybe you're around
I was finally
80
discovering
miles,
this
something
artifact,
over 80 miles.
this piece
Yeah,
of
more
my
like
mother's
it,
past
yeah.
that had been
And that's like if you
forgotten.
bike
His
to
surroundings
Chicago.
showed me that his heart had been hardened like
Easy
arteries,
ride.
cries he held no room for memories of a buried seed.
Well,
Our meet and greet
thanks
left
a
my
lot
glass
for
empty.
talking to me.
Deep down, I wished he'd
Yeah.
asked me so
Are you
many
doing the race
things.
too?
I wanted to blurt out, Daddy, lavender was my favorite childhood
Here for the
color.
event, yeah.
Daddy, the
Do
color
you-
purple
did
still
you
makes
come
me
here for the
cry
event,
while
or you
watched it a
live
million
here?
times. And
I just
Daddy,
came here for the event,
I
yeah.
inherited
Oh,
your
where'd you
taste
come
for
from?
Spanish food,
Like an hour
like
north
you
of here.
cooked me dinner
Oh, really?
every night.
Really?
I wonder if you
really? So
noticed
you
how
knew
stubborn
about
we
it? You
both
came
are,
here just
how
because of the
obsessively
event?
we wiped
Yeah,
our
I mean, I got
mouths at
friends
the
that live
dinner
down here
table,
too,
and
so.
though he didn't dig
And are
deep
they
into my past,
doing the?
I felt
Are
a
they
hint of
doing the
love in
race?
his awkward
Yep.
cling. Appreciated
Oh,
his
okay.
request to stay longer.
Are they part of a
Be
team,
his
or?
guest, but
Yeah, I
certainly
mean,
not
actually
his
all these
daughter, the
people right
slaughter
here,
of
so.
my hopes.
Oh, really?
And the
Is there
audacity
someone
of a
out
man
there
who
on
said
the
hello and
on the bike
goodbye for the
trail right
first
now?
and last time with the very same
I
breath.
think so. Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
My wishes.
All right.
on a
I gotta make sure my phone is working. It's so bright out. I
It
can't
must have
see
been meant
anything.
to be
Oh yeah,
said,
it is
so
working.
it's fine.
Um, Okay, I'm going to go back and make sure everything's good, and thanks for talking to
Hey,
me.
Zav, can you hear me? Zav, can you
you
hear me?
something,
Can you hear me,
Shelly.
Zav?
That was
Hey, Zav.
your upbringing.
For sure, yeah. Just me and my
but
mom.
guess how I know? Because you're speaking about it.
Yeah.
So it hits me. I'm like, wow. Let me tell you, I had my dad for 4 years. My dad died in 2009. So I don't know what it is like for you, but it strikes my heart each time you talk about it because I'm like, my dad was there.
Would have known from the
I can't
start.
say he wasn't. So
Instead of waiting so long to reveal what's behind.
about it, but you know what I mean?
But
Like,
there's
there's so
no
many
use
people that
in
don't
talking.
speak of it.
Right.
You
But
made
then
up
they're
your
out there
mind.
shooting. I don't care. Nobody cares about food, and they're holding on.
But then you and I are not the same. You say you like the sun.
That was exactly
like the rain. So before we go through it all again,
very, very small.
you better catch your own train.
Yeah, I really don't know myself. If he never said it, I'm
I
proud.
wish I was like,
This season,
I would shine through this tunnel to the light on the other side, and I would break down this wall.
My brother, I call him, my god brother, because everybody knows I'm only
So
child.
they
But
could finally
Tricks
see
Beats, I think he still says Beats.
of it
He might have
all.
matured with his Tricks, I'm not sure. You know how people drop the,
Right.
yeah, so,
But then you and
no, he's from there. We have a studio. He runs it. He's the producer of the
Say it like
studio.
the
He works with a lot of tons of artists, from rappers to poets to
So before we go,
does it all. He loves music and he loves the art of the performer.
you better catch your
He
own
never outshines the other, the balance out there.
You better catch your own train. Yeah.
I might know, but I don't know Cardi B. I wrote that one actually. That's funny. From conversations in the studio, because when it's yours, you're just always, or you can be around whenever you want. So, with the whole Obama campaign, there were lots of debates about, well, he's not black, and all this craziness. So that's where that came from. I know I haven't remembered the whole. That's a shame I haven't memorized it. That came out in 2009. I've been busy doing other things though.
Better catch your own train.
Aspirations
Better
to be
catch your
surgeons,
own train.
architects, musicians, and authors. Some kids see past those cat pipes and liquor stores to something more than stories told about factories and plantations. The weight of generational jail bars and coffins never seems to hold them down. Right within their reach, just beyond projects and playgrounds, there is a pearl waiting to emerge, hoping to be discovered until someone calls them sellout, dreamer, unrealistic, snatching their roadmap. Aspirations can switch off like clap commercials, so thanks to those who stopped chanting the mantra of black boys and black girls joining hands with white boys and white girls, maybe not as sisters and brothers, but as equals. We've eaten so much dirt and disloyalty that we're conditioned to the negative, charmed by objects of false pride on TV screens, dismissing the figures who will sign autographs in our history books. We forget those who broke barriers, carried us into new centuries, like rejecting Run DMC's. Yep, that's about it. when they chose to walk this way, calling out the Jeffersons for moving on up and not acknowledging Hallie's beauty because she isn't black enough. I was thinking that's part 2, so I like it. We think they forgot us. As if you can erase the lines that tie you to your heritage, dilute your melanin-rich skin because they don't wear cocked hats or speak slang in public interviews. Some say they forgot where they came from. I say they open doors for our future. And I'll leave it right there. Before I mess up again.
That's fine. Okay, I'll give you a little break. You can drink some water, and we'll do some.
Now you hear me?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So I can't use it.
I'm a little bit of a.
Yeah, because this is probably designed to be a headphone and a microphone.
Sensational.com and also JS on.
Oh well.
So the question is, what can produce a sound that's 88 decibels loud? It can be heard 5 miles.
pretty interesting. I know I'm wrong, but I think of a bird, and I think of I know this is wrong too, but I think of for some reason I think of a dolphin. They have that crazy.
All right, Ian, we're slowly getting
It was a dolphin, so I should have just went with that.
closer to actually being remote and me getting out of here.
I just did English. That was
And if you want to call, if you're listening in and you want to call my cell phone. It's 414-704-5956, and I can put you on three-way call. That's the only way that I can think of doing it right now with this new remote, this very fancy remote setup that we have going. And anyone who is passing by the radio station, I'm actually locking it up, but we're still on the air, which is going to be kind of interesting. Yeah.
Okay, what's the smallest bone in the human body?
Oh, I couldn't name. Well, I mean, I couldn't name one bone, but I don't know.
It's pretty easy.
Okay, Ian. I might actually be up in your area because I might go to checkpoint 2.
Middle ear.
Oh, checkpoint, I always call it 2, but yeah, it's 1. I might go over there.
You were smart in school, weren't you?
All right, thanks a lot. I'll see you later. Okay.
What's your
Thanks.
sign? Do you want me to ask?
Yeah, maybe.
I like science, I like physics.
Yeah,
I'm not a know-it-all, though. That's the best part. Like,
just researching.
some people think I might have a little bit of know-it-all, but not at all. I just like knowing
information.
Yeah.
Got it.
I tried out for Japanese.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm out on the course right now. I'm headed towards the main checkpoint 4, and I think I'm going to wind my way over to checkpoint 1. But before I do that, I might interview these people here because it seems pretty interesting what they've got going on. So I want to find out what they're doing. I'll describe it to you. I see it says 0826 and a 3. And
have it at,
can I ask, do you guys mind if I ask you what are you guys doing? It's for the radio.
It's a countdown. Paul can tell you.
I think it's 8:20. Wouldn't have had
Wait, 1 second, because they can't hear you. 8 hours and 26 minutes left, and we're counting down the numbers. That's all I can say right now. So you must have created a whole set of numbers.
I do generally have my CDs if you catch me
30, give or take. Give or take, and each number is very unique in its own way. The 2 looks like it's made of different colored pieces of bologna. The 0 looks like teeth and letter U with green. You have a clock here, and the clock says that it's 10:35, almost 10:40. What's your name? I'm sorry.
Magdalena Corrado. That's my husband, Paul Corrado.
And Paul Corrado. And are you from Riverwest?
I've been taught to keep
Yes, we both live in Riverwest. Yeah, okay. Straight up the street. Yeah. And what made you? What inspired you to do this? It's just a really cool race, and we think it makes the neighborhood really interesting. And she's biking in it, and I can't bike because I hurt my knee. So, I'm sorry to hear that. So, are you on a team, or are you so?
Yes, I'm on a team at She Beam Boppers. Yeah. And my girls are riding right now, and they're letting me to stay with my husband.
Oh, that's great. And are you documenting your number changing? Not at all. No, unless people take pictures of it, but no, we're not. Have people who are taking pictures? Yeah, there are a decent number of people. Yep. Now, I perceive that there's a lot of creativity in this. Are you an artist? Do you make art outside of the River 24? Yes, sometimes, yes. Graphic designer plus art major, that kind of thing. Long time ago, though, yeah. When did you think of doing it? Maybe four or so months ago, when we were trying to think of some kind of art project to do for the River. Inspired by Burning Man. Burning Man, really cool. Riverwest 24 is really cool. And both do interesting things. That's not the first time. This isn't the first. I think the third time that I've heard Burning Man brought up in in reference to this event. I've never been, and I know it's a very hard thing to go to. So I'll take your word for it. And I'm wondering, how often do you change the numbers?
We meant to do it every minute, but we're probably doing it close to every 3 minutes.
Wow, so you're pretty busy doing this.
We've been doing this the whole time, yep.
Holy cow, wow. Yeah, and are you, I mean, this is the kind of thing that it really needs to be acknowledged somehow, because I've seen it, but I haven't really completely registered what you're doing.
Well, thanks, yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I think it's beautiful, too. I think you've got a really great, you've got great colors and patterns going. Basically, what we see is there are numbers that are wired sort of like with baling wire to the playground fence, and it's four sets of numbers, or one set of four numbers. Above it says countdown. It's got the clock on it, and these two people are just keeping the numbers going. They're like a human digital clock. And I'm really glad I stumbled on it and had a chance to talk about it on the radio. Okay, talk to you soon. Good luck.
We as a people are no further
okay, well, I'm just going to keep heading on over here, and wow, Wheel and Socket. It looks as though there's some kind of a bike fixing setup here. No, and do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? What's your name, first of all?
Dave.
Dave, so how many bike repair setups are there on the track right now? Do you know?
I have no idea.
And have you been doing a lot of bike repair throughout the night?
Seemingly just on my own.
Oh, really? In other words, your team is not as is that a reference to the rest of the team, or are you in what sense do you mean that?
I mean, they're breaking parts.
I see what you're saying. And are you getting a lot of people bringing you bikes and stuff?
Their gear is fly.
Yeah, and if we can accommodate them, usually a school here or there.
Yeah. How many? What would you say the percentage, or how many have you done in the time you've been here?
Well, we've been here since like noon yesterday. I think two people have dropped by for everything from tubes to a wrench to a screwdriver. 20, 25 people, not a whole lot.
Oh, okay. So it's not hectic, but you're definitely dealing with stuff.
Right, but it's all fun.
Cool. And is this the first time you've been at the Riverwest 24?
Personally, yes.
Oh, I see. But Wheel and Sprocket was here last year or something like that.
A bunch of people from Wheel and Sprocket have been here, yeah, from quite a few Riverwest 24, yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for letting me in on how things are going over here. Appreciate it. And I'm going to move on.
I don't know because I don't go.
See you later.
$15 a week to get our nails done, and $50 a week to
I'm
get
getting
our hair
back on Pierce Street, I believe. We're on Pierce. And I'm going to be heading towards checkpoint number 1. I always think of checkpoint number 4 as checkpoint number 1 because that's where everything starts. But, of course, the first checkpoint is the one that you arrive at when you're done with a quarter of a lap. And this is the first time I've been on the course since 2 years ago, when I did my first my last Riverwest 24. We have here some people who are guiding traffic, and if you don't mind telling me your name, I'm with the Riverwest Radio, and so we're just kind of covering the race, and I'm curious, how long have you been out here?
About 2 hours.
And what's your name?
Megan Dunn.
Oh, I recognize you somehow. Yeah, I think maybe you come to the video store and rent videos or something, but maybe not. How is your job?
It's amazing. It's so much fun.
Oh, okay. So you don't have any harrowing moments here, do you?
No, it's all gone very smoothly. Helping keep everyone safe and cheering them on during the race.
Well, that's good. I really appreciate. I think everyone appreciates what you guys are doing. Have you been out here long?
We came out about 9 o'clock, so almost 2 hours.
Okay, and how long do you guys do shifts? Is it in shifts?
Most shifts are run about an hour. We decided to do 2 shifts. May do another one if we're needed.
Do you live nearby?
I do. I live just 3 blocks that way.
And how did you get hooked in as a volunteer?
Well, I love the race, but I'm not in good enough shape to ride in it, so I figured why not volunteer and find a way to participate that way.
I am free.
Okay, well, that's a very valid reason, and I think that, volunteers are doing an incredible job. I mean, it's a huge part of the whole thing, so I think everyone really appreciates that.
Sure.
And
unfortunately,
what are your thoughts? Any other thoughts about the race itself?
I think it's amazing. I mean, it's a great way to bring the community together, and it's great to see people who are so devoted to biking and seeing how all the neighbors come together to help everyone out during this 24 hours of fun.
Is this the first year that you volunteered?
It is.
Well, thank you very much, and do you think you'll do it next year?
Definitely, planning on it.
All right, well, thank you, Megan Dunn, right? Okay, have a good one. Now that I think about it, I don't think we've ever met before.
Well, now we know each other.
Yeah, now we do. Hi. Thank you.
Reading,
okay, well, I'm going to just keep on heading west or north on Pierce here.
And that was like the first.
As we bike along, there are people on their lawns, in front of their houses. You see everyone, or a great deal of participation in the events of the day. And a lot of bikers who are giving it their all. You can see the determination and the hard work that they're enduring as they try to get in one more lap after another.
Yep, Mama Banks they call her. So no, she's doing good. Yeah.
She was always
hello. There's a lot of people are actually going pretty speedy compared to myself. I'm just biking partly because I'm biking with a telephone in my hand, but also you can just tell people actually they're not just lollygagging. Let's put it that way. They're giving it some effort.
September 14th to the 16th, and then the following weekend, ceremonies in Dark Old Man. It's a classic play. It's going to be at the Marcus. I still say Marcus. What is it called? Marcus Center for Performing Arts. I still we're old. So it'll be shown there.
Let me see if maybe it's possible to interview bikers as we bike. That may be possible. Passing a little stand of water. And are you guys on the same team? Oh, you're on different teams? They said that they're on the same bike group, the 5 different teams. So, Belladonnas. And what is the Belladonnas? And where are you located? Are you located in one geographic place normally? You flew in from Connecticut. Wow. Uh-huh. And just for the listeners, this biker, this is Riverwest Radio.
Your time is limited.
This biker flew in from Connecticut, but she used to live in Riverwest. And on the east side. Oh, that's cool. And how big is the group? Wow, that's a really huge number. There's 24 Belladonnas in this race. Yeah. It's sort of a baby blue or and signature is a girl making I don't know what you call it, a fist, like a muscle arm with a tire. And the Belladonnas are very good at their bike signals. And we're getting a little bit closer to checkpoint 1 as we move passing the Deer Line bike trail that we talked about earlier with Nick Kovac. and people are pulling up their manifests and getting ready to get them checked. And here there is a rummage sale and book sale. I'm going to pass it up for now because I want to stay focused on the race. And hopefully the wind noise isn't too interfering with the sound that you hear on your internet radio at home. Or if you happen to be someone who listens on the go on your iPhone. And there goes Armand Gonzalez. Checkpoint 1 is also Steve's home. And yes, we are still on the air. How's it going? Oh, fixation. So you're fixing a bike fixing station?
We are, yeah. We're fixing bikes today.
And have you been fixing more bikes or less bikes, or the same or average of what you thought you'd be fixing?
Yeah, we're pretty busy. In the beginning, it's always super busy because people need air and haven't ridden their bikes in a while, so it kind of slows down mid-race. But we're here for fix anything that comes our way.
And are you a Milwaukee-based organization?
Yeah, we're Milwaukee-based. Fixation designs and produces components for city riders. So we're just here today, kind of supporting the race in our own way.
What kinds of components do you design?
We do everything from tires, handlebars, saddles, anything, everything but the frames right now. And we just, if you want to change your bike out or tweak it a little bit, we got something for you.
And so this sounds like a pretty serious company now that you're describing it. Is this something that, like, if I lived in a different city and I was a bike enthusiast, I would know your company?
Yeah, absolutely. We're strong, nationwide and also worldwide. We have distributors in 8 countries, 2 in the U.S., so any bike shop can get our stuff, and definitely known worldwide.
Are there a lot of, what would you call yourself, a small industry in a sense?
Yeah, we're a small company. Just a couple guys started it, and we're still relatively small, but growing quite a bit.
And would you say there are a lot of, or many bicycle-related companies in this area, in the Milwaukee or Wisconsin area?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people don't know, but Wisconsin as a whole has a lot of strong bike companies. There's big ones like Trek. Mm-hmm. Just north of Milwaukee is the Hayes Bicycle Group. They have 5 big, well-known brands. They've got Waterford Cycles doing custom stuff, and a lot of stuff right here in Milwaukee.
Well, that's really something I didn't know, and I'm sure a lot of other people don't realize that. Just so, do you design those pedals that I'm looking at? I'm looking at some pedals they look like they're made of some sort of a hard plastic of some kind, but that probably makes them light. And tell me a little bit about the product.
Yeah, we actually have 6 pedals we're offering now, and a number of them are made from impact grade nylon. So they're very strong, but also they're to keep the price down.
Oh, and then and light as well, probably.
Yeah, they're very light. Actually, our Mesa thin pedal is just over 300 grams. It's about as light of platform pedals you can buy.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks for letting me know about this stuff. It's been interesting to me, and hopefully to other people as well. And I'm gonna mosey on forward and talk to other people. What's your name, by the way? Nick. All right. Thanks, Nick. And what's your name? Andrew. Oh, thanks. Hey, how's it going? I'm going to interview this person here. Do you mind? I don't want to stop you from doing what you're doing, but I'm just going to, if you don't mind, I'd like to interview you while you do your job.
There you go.
We have a bunch of people coming in, so she's busy clicking, and you're clicking each lap that comes in, and do you have a special kind of thing to click it with?
Yeah, I do. They're specially created. They're RW24 for the bike race, and I'm at checkpoint 1, so I click the first square, and then they're off to checkpoint 2, and that's what I do all day, basically.
And how long have you been out here doing it?
Well, I did a little bit last night, and I was out here since 8 this morning, and it's 11 something right now. So I've been out here pretty long.
Did you get any sleep at all?
I did. I slept from 2 to 7.
Oh, okay. And who's running this checkpoint in general?
Technically, the Whitlows, which live in the corner house on the alley, and he's one of the co-founders, so they're technically checkpoint 1, but I live in the house next door, so I help and volunteer, and it's kind of fun.
So you're a Whitlow. You waved your hands. Are you related to Steve then?
No.
Oh, you're Steve's daughter, and what's your name? Emma Lyrical? Oh, nice. I've never heard your name before. And what's your name?
I'm Emily.
Emily. And have you done this before in the previous years?
Oh, yeah. I've been doing this since the first year this started. There you go.
Thank you.
And it's kind of fun. You can see all the bikers, and they all race each other for a really not very good prize, but it's fun and brings together the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, very interesting.
And have you ever tried riding it yourself?
Actually, I've never ridden a lap ever in my entire life. I heard it's pretty hard. It's 5 miles, and there's a lot of hills, so I'm kind of afraid to go. But I'm planning to do one this year in a couple hours, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm in the opposite position where I've always ridden it, and this is the first time I've not been riding it and just kind of observing from the outside. So I think you'll have as good of an experience as me to be able to be on the course and doing something other than the one thing you've been focused on.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited too. Everyone says it's really fun, and I've never done it. And I'm kind of excited to do it. Here you go. But the only thing, the Olympics are this year, so kind of competing with my Olympics.
Oh, in what sense?
They're on at the same time we are. We're out here, so I have to record everything and then watch it.
Oh,
So,
I see what you're saying. So you competing with your viewing of the Olympics.
yeah, I'm a big athlete, so it's kind of hard. But it's so much fun being out here. And it only happens once a year,
Yeah.
so you might as well be out here and enjoy it.
Yeah, and you're outside and not inside watching TV, which is kind of nice.
No, you get your exercise.
Right. Yeah.
Hands, my arms getting stronger from this. Yeah, legs, standing. You get to eat some food and then punch people. It's hard. There you go.
Do you make lots of jokes about punching people?
Not this year. Not this year. Today's been a little more serious years out of all of them. But it's still fun. Here you go.
All right, well, I'm going to move on, but I really appreciate your letting me interview you guys, and keep up the good work. It's really amazing, and it's cool to see you guys. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 15 and a half, somewhere around there.
So the first Riverwest 24, you must have been, what was that, 5 years ago, 10 years old?
Yeah, I was. Here you go.
Wow, so you've basically grown up with this. How old are you?
I'm 12.
You're 12. 7?
7 when it started.
Wow, and how old are you? 12. And have you been helping too? You weren't here for the first one?
I don't think you're here for the first.
Oh, you weren't here for the first two. Do you live here?
Yeah.
Oh, down on Humboldt. Oh, okay, I see.
Here you go.
Oh, and there goes Chris Brooks. Fancy pants. Okay, well, I'm going to keep moving, but thanks a lot, you guys, and have a good rest of your day. And that was my report from checkpoint number 1. And they are offering watermelon and notoriously bacon, which I always appreciated when I was riding the race. And, wow, they even are offering a jump. So we have here a glittery jump on the course, and one of the main coordinators of this race is sitting right here. It just happened upon the glittery jump lured me in. Give us your name.
Hi, I'm Mike McGarry.
And Mike, am I correct in saying that you're one of the main coordinators of this event?
Yes, you're being correct in saying that.
And how have things been going so far?
They've been swimmingly. They've been great. Everything's gone really well. A lot of good riders. Morale is high. We got this sweet glittery jump.
Yeah, and let me just describe this to the listeners. What I'm seeing here, it's a piece of plywood, and it's sort of propped up by a bunch of sticks, and it's covered with multicolored glitter, which is glittering in this beautiful afternoon sun. And a lot of people are taking the jump, it looks like.
It's true, yeah. Either jumps or high fives. Without the glitter, they weren't as excited, but once they put glitter on, I'm told, everybody wants to go over the jump.
Well, what's your name?
My name is Megan McGarry.
And Megan, that is genius that you put glitter on there. What prompted you to do that?
People like sparkly things, and it looks great.
Well, as you can see, if you look at my phone, I happen to be one of those people.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks just like a ramp.
And how's everything been going from your perspective?
Oh, it's been going great. Yeah, it's probably the best year ever, I'd say.
Well, in what sense?
I think everybody's having a super good time. I don't know. I'm having a good time.
Well, I think that, I wonder, do you think it's maybe just that we're having such incredibly good weather?
It could be, but it's probably also because of this glitter jump.
Oh, now there is something I didn't think of. You're right. I bet you the glitter jump has a lot to do with it. Well, Mike, sorry to favoritize you, but I haven't had a chance to talk. I've talked to a few of the main organizers, but I'd like to hear more about what you've been doing and what the experience has been like for you.
It's been great this year. Again, the volunteers have been amazing, which lets the organizers kind of enjoy the race, which I don't think we got to the first couple of years. First couple of years it was like just stressful the whole time, making sure that everything was happening and things were getting done. But we've got such great volunteers that I can come out and hang out at my house and hang out at the glitter jump for a while and then go back to the start-finish line and make sure everything's happening. So it's been great. I love it.
And can I ask you how many volunteers are on? Do you know how many volunteers are out?
I mean, I think officially, I think that emailed and got assigned like 200, but there's more than that. People are coming up and saying, what can we do? And they get signed up for a shift. So more than 200 volunteers, which is awesome.
Right. I mean, we're talking about, how many people are biking?
Just under 900, probably. Well, isn't that like 850 to 900? And then we've got another probably 250 volunteers and then spectators. It's pretty huge this year. It's been great.
Yeah, so you're talking about for every 9 people, there are 2 volunteers. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that is probably a testament to why this is so well organized.
Yeah, and without that, the race can't happen. And I think what's been nice is a lot of the riders have also been taking shifts organizing too, which is really good. Hold on, this is going to be crazy.
Yes! What happened there was one of these bikes with a big box on the front that's kind of like a cargo bike just went over the ramp, and that caused for a lot of excitement here at the jump spot. So what have you been doing? What has it been like for you?
Oh, it's been great. I got a little bit of a nap in this year. A lot of time at the start-finish line, race marshaling. Everybody, only a couple of things we've had to deal with. Only not too many jerks as usual. It's always like 99.9% positive, and you get a few people that are tired and crabby, and then they get okay. So it's been great.
And describe to me, what is race marshaling and what is it like?
Race marshaling is basically you make the decisions and make sure everything's happening. If anything's happening on the course, you take care of business kind of while it's happening, and it's good. It's you're at the beginning of the action. You know what's going on, and you have to make decisions quickly.
Are you a little bit like an umpire or like a referee?
I guess so. I would say that, and just maybe like a referee for rules and random jump, and just, sorry, I'm getting excited here. Making sure everything's happening. I would say maybe an umpire, and a manager all rolled into one. Like if we were thinking about baseball, like you're helping control the action and making rules decisions and putting people in the right spot and just being assertive. Like the really tough part, I think, is that first shift where people don't quite know what's going on and they need to have their lights on and everything, and they want to be like, well, my battery's dead, and they have to be like, I'm sorry, I don't care that your battery is dead, go buy some batteries. And that's when we usually get the most guff about it. But they understand. We're just trying to keep everybody safe. So.
Right. And so far, everything has been safe. Have there been any tragedies?
Minor accidents. A cat did lose its life in the race this year, and that was traumatic. One of our race organizers' cats, actually, got hit by a bike. But that cat ran out in the street, and I mean, ouch. But everybody's okay for the most part. Yeah. Some tragedy, except for the cat.
Well, that's really, I'm sorry to hear that. That's sad. And I'm really glad to hear that everyone's been safe so far. And would you say it's been that way pretty much every year?
Yeah, minor accidents every year. People getting bumps and bruises and scrapes, but nothing too bad. Knock on wood. For all the years, really. So.
Well, maybe the glitter jump is helping as well.
Yeah, it's boosting morale, that's for sure. I mean, as you can hear in the background, there's a lot of cowbell going on and cheers and screaming and
All right, well, I think I'm going to move on and interview some more people.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott, for coming by.
Oh, yeah, you're totally welcome. And I'm enjoying myself, so have a good rest of your day.
See ya.
Okay, see ya. Bye. That was Mike McGarry. He's one of the main organizers of the Riverwest 24, and I believe I was in his garage or someone's garage there, interviewing him and his wife. Someone's coming by, and now I'm passing by the Riverwest filling station, which is I'm not sure what it is. Maybe this is a checkpoint. I'm going to take a look. It looks to me as though this is some kind of a checkpoint. Hi. Is this a checkpoint?
This is a checkpoint.
And what? Don't let me stop you. Just go ahead and do your thing. It's a bonus checkpoint. Right. Yeah. Thanks for clarifying that. And what happens at this checkpoint?
1 mile per lap, I believe. Well, you have to throw rings. If you win, you get points.
Oh, and if you don't win?
You still get points.
Oh, okay. So what we have is it's like a small trampoline and a bunch of brown Riverwest filling station bottles. And the person bouncing on the trampoline is jumping and at the same time trying to get the rings on the bottles. And it appears to be a little harder than you might think. The one jumper only got 1 so far out of 6 attempts. Well, now she got 2.
You have 24 seconds to score 2. Throw 2 successful rings onto each bottle. Not a bottle.
And if you fail?
Well, you have the shame of your colleagues resting on your shoulders.
Well, that's
carry it with you.
Terrible. And like I said, I don't want to interrupt you. But I was going to ask a question. Have you had a lot of stuff? Are you near ending or middle time?
For the task or for the whole day?
No, for this particular bonus check.
It's a 2-hour task, and it started, I believe, at 10. 35? Yeah. And it'll go till noon. 10 to noon. So it's got about 50 minutes left.
Okay. And so are you... Go ahead and deal with this.
How's it going? Good. Morning, Dan. Slipper Crew.
Thank you.
So as a volunteer, are you going to different checkpoints or bonus checkpoints? I see. This isn't the only one you're doing.
Yes, I'm doing 7. There are 3 of us, and we're rotating. We're kind of leapfrogging. One, because since all those 2 bonus checkpoints overlap,
Right.
we're leapfrogging each with an hour in between for each of us. So we each get a total of 7.
And are you able to sleep at all?
I have not, personally. I can call in somebody to take a break, but I enjoy it too much.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. And give me your name.
My name is Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. Hey, how are you? Great to see you. Now, you're biking because you were a notorious walker in the past.
Yes, but I'm volunteering this year because I didn't get the register. I got sold out before I got in.
Right, I'm in the same boat.
I was just volunteering in the previous checkpoint, which was much more difficult than this one, where you had to cut off the sidewalls off of tires.
Right, I heard about this checkpoint.
But the tires ran out after about an hour or so. So the second half of the checkpoint was we gave people a choice of moving treads over to from the pile to another pile, or the sidewalls to another pile, or later on we decided we'd make them hula hoop a tire.
Oh wow! So was it easier for the people at the end or easier for the people at the beginning?
It was easier for people at the end, especially at the very end, like the last 10 minutes, because we ran out of tires and treads. So all we did is let them hula hoop a tire.
So are you a volunteer? Are you doing the same thing as Jeremy, I believe his name is?
No. What I did yesterday was check-in registration from noon to 6. And then I went home and slept and then came back for breakfast and one bonus checkpoint, and that was the one I did. So I'm done for the day.
So now let me recap your experience with the Riverwest 24 because, first of all, what is your name?
I'm Jamie Ogus.
Oh, yeah. I remember you from the video store, too. Jamie, you were on the very first Riverwest 24, and you walked the entire time. Am I correct?
Actually, that was the second year. The first year, I wasn't involved. I decided that I would just walk a lap around midnight just to see the whole course and watch the riders go by, but I wasn't part of it. Second year, well, what happened was that I was planning on riding it. I was going to ride my age in laps, 39 that year. And about 3 weeks beforehand, all the bikes got stolen out of the garage. Well, it was a junk bike anyway and really needed a lot of work, so I probably wouldn't have done it anyway. So I asked the organizers if I could just walk the race instead. And they said, okay, yeah. So I ended up walking 9 laps total and all the bonus checkpoints. And that year, they had one that you had to go all the way to the COS headquarters on Port Washington Road.
I remember that.
So that was like a lap in itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did that, and I wanted to do 10 laps. But by about 4:30, you got the bonus checkpoint over to the pink house that lasted a little too long. And it psyched me out because it was like 4:30, and I'm figuring I need 2.5 hours to do one more lap by that point. And so I just said, okay, that's it, I'm done. And did one more bonus checkpoint at 5 or 6, and then went in and called it a day and got my 9th lap, and that was it.
And then we're talking 9 laps plus going to all these checkpoints, which probably adds quite a bit of mileage. You're talking at least
about 50 miles, I think.
Which is enormous. That's like 2 marathons.
So I ended up doing got the DFL award for that year. And
for people who don't know, that's dead effing last since we're on the radio.
And the other thing was that I ended up getting 2 tickets for a Brewer game for that as part of my prize, which I thought was really great. Following year, I walked it again, but this time I had to work on Saturday, so I ended up walking 3 laps before midnight, going home, going to work, and then coming back at 5 p.m. to do one more lap.
So how many laps altogether? 4 laps. Yeah, well, and then after that, did you ever try biking?
Well, last year I got my bike, and I was set out to do my age and laps. I I thought of it as going 4-1 or going 41 because that was my age. And yes, I actually did that a number of laps, plus also all the bonuses.
Oh, great. So you succeeded at your goal.
Yeah. And this year I wanted to do 42. You know, I was going to call it Jamie's Quest for the Ultimate Answer to Life, Universe, and Everything.
Yeah, that's a tough one because as you get older and older, it gets harder and harder.
Yeah, I know. And I know Dave here, he did about 50. I don't know if he did it when he was 50, but...
yeah, maybe when I'm 50, I might not be able to do... I don't know what I'll be able to do. Who knows? But maybe I'll get in better shape.
Okay. Well, anyway, so... volunteers this year get a chance to go to the front of the line next year to participate.
Right, I heard about that.
So that's my incentive to volunteer this year.
Well, that's great, and I wish you luck and have a good rest of your day. All right, thanks a lot, Jamie. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, and it looks like we're still on the air. I was afraid there for a second that I had lost my call. What I'm doing, just to describe to people, I'm biking because basically it's down to just myself doing the radio, and instead of sitting in the radio booth, I decided that I would see how it works to just call in to the radio station on my cell phone and go around the course and interview people. And it seems to be working well, but I can't, to be honest with you, I don't know how well it's working because I am not there to be able to monitor it. So I would say if someone wants to call in, the number is 704-5956, and I can try, but I can't guarantee I would be successful. I can try to put you on three-way with me, but the thing is maybe that's not such a good idea because I might lose the call. Oh, screwed. But hopefully people are listening. If not, it's an interesting exercise in what you can do with very few people. And I'm now headed towards the beer line, and I think I took a wrong turn, actually, from what I remember. Yeah, I think people usually turn somewhere else. So I'm going to turn down the beer line, which I think normally people go the other way, and I'm going to head towards checkpoint number 2. We were at checkpoint number 2 earlier, a long time earlier ago, when there was no sun. It was dark outside, and haircuts were happening. That must have been somewhere around, I'm guessing around 1 in the morning. And now it's, for people who are listening, you probably know better than me what time it is, but I'm guessing it's probably around 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Wow. And there are people coming from behind me, so maybe I am headed in the right direction. I know that I have to go to Burleigh and then cut over across Humboldt. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I think this is right. And I've hit a quieter spot here. I'm on, I believe this is Bremen Street, and I'm just approaching Corazon. Everywhere you look, though, just pretty much everywhere you go, you're going to see bikers somewhere in the neighborhood. People are eating, sitting outside, and having a generally nice afternoon here in Riverwest. Now I'm cutting over on Burleigh off of Bremen, and I'm going to head towards checkpoint 2. We have pretty ideal weather today. I know I've probably said that a bunch of times, but you know, it's I'm just assuming once in a while maybe there's some person who's in in another part of the world
happening to tune in to the race information, and maybe they're in Korea or something, and they don't know what the weather's like. They just tuned in, and they didn't hear me say it 5 minutes ago. There's an Escalade on my left, and I've got a green light so I can make it across. And here I'm entering into checkpoint 2. There are people sleeping on the lawns, a lot of people, and some of the volunteers and coordinators. And the way that we know volunteers is that they usually are wearing green T-shirts. Hello.
Hello.
And who am I talking to?
A guy with a microphone not plugged into anything.
And are you Mr. Guy with the microphone? Well, I'm a guy with a radio station that is broadcasting through my telephone.
Awesome.
And I am I know you from the races in the past. Are you involved with Checkpoint 2 this year?
Yes, I'm married to Checkpoint 2. We're very involved. Plus, I'm kind of involved with Checkpoint 1 too, so there's a little conflict there.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's problematic. Or maybe not. I mean, it depends on.
I think we all have an agreement, and it's an open marriage.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that might be healthy in a way.
It is. And
Are you just gonna end up being like with all the checkpoints by the end of this race?
Maybe. I've worked on Checkpoint 3. They're a little aloof.
Oh, well, they seem like hussies to me.
They're just, they're kind of maybe a class above me, but I think we just got to realize that, there's really classicism is not the way to go, and we can all be happy together if we just, get along.
Well, that's very sound advice. I'm impressed. So, what has it been like? Give me a little synopsis of Checkpoint 2 so far.
Checkpoint 2 has been a party. We had beautiful lights up last night, which you can't really see right now, but it was really schematically beautiful, pictorially beautiful.
I just want to back you up on that. I came in around the haircut time, and I thought, wow, they really did something beautiful with the lights this year.
Yeah, the lights were added thing that happened in the last couple of days. I think it was Anne decided, let's put up lights, and that was a great idea. I don't know who got those beautiful, kind of Japanese-style lights, but they worked really, really well. And besides that, it's just camaraderie and a lot of people just having fun.
Yeah, that's been the general consensus. I would you say that this year people are having a little more fun? They're letting their hair down a little more than the previous years?
I would say maybe differently. There's not quite as many costumes. There's no one, say, perchance, walking around with a microphone and broadcasting, rapping, riding around the course. But I think everyone is a little bit more chillaxed. You caught me off guard there. I forgot. I didn't know what you were referring to. Maybe what I was going to say is maybe what needs to happen, and
myself, I am a slacker as well. So I'm just curious here, Craig.
What
do you want to live to be 100?
Probably not.
Why not, Chris? Craig, why wouldn't you want to be 100?
Yes, I will. Gonna be still sitting in this chair watching this bike race. It's gonna be about the 95th event, and I'm gonna be here.
I mean, I just heard some birthday shout-outs the other day where people had just turned 100 years old and some 96 and 86. I'm just wondering, is that an age people really want to get to? I mean, some people are sharp as a nail at that age, but right now you ain't too sharp, so I'm just trying to figure out how you would actually be at 100 years old. I might give in myself if I was you, Craig.
No, man.
Nah, I can see Crick getting old, sitting underneath the tree, bunch of kids around him with all his dreadlocks and lying through his teeth about stories that he don't know nothing about.
Well, his mind is already gone.
And he always end up with the last thing, no problem, Mom. No problem. No problem.
All right, well, those were the shout-outs I want to give to original slackers, and I'm going to be back to Crick, your creator of the slacker.
Tell your boy. Speaking of slackers, Andy, it's your boy Crick there in the basement getting it in. Paul World sending shouts out to my slackers. I see y'all got some new slackers over there in the spare parts department. Dylan, Constance, Lisa. If I forgot your name, if you work for Paul, you is a slacker. This your boy Crick DACS up in this thing. Let me go on up into this spare parts department. See what they doing up, see what I see. Check it out. It's nice up here. Color TV, reclining chair, lazy boy, coffee pot, big microwave oven. Feel right nice and laid back. But I ain't gonna believe what I see.
Oh yeah.
I see you, listen. I see you, Angie. I see you, Lil Rob. I see you, do what I see. That's what I see. That's what I see. I'm on the slacker, loading Greggy, slacking Alyssa, slacking Andy, slacking Lil Rob, slacking Karen, slacking. Rock, what they learn to slack like that. Control, guess who? Just roll by me. Subject 333. I think he works in the men's job. When it's time to do his job, that's where the slacker run. I see you, listen. I see you, Angie. I see you, Lil Rob. I see you, do what I see. What I see. What I see. I'm on the slacker, loading Greggy, slacking Alyssa, slacking Andy, slacking Lil Rob, slacking Karen, slacking. Rock, what they learn to slack like that. See, listen, sit back, get the manicure, carry it all under the hair dryer, the slack it. The biggest slack, yeah, is a lit. She works a spare 2 days a week, 16 hours, what shift is that? Without time, job must be hard. It take this slacker 20 hours a week just to get her started. Get yo, job, you be set, rich. With the slacker carrying projects in his head, 2 girls are slack. I see you, listen. I see you, hey. I see you, Lil Rob. I see you, do what I see. What I see. What I see. I'm on the slacker, loading Greggy, slacking Alyssa, slacking Andy, slacking Lil Rob, slacking Karen, slacking. Back. There was a little something for the slackers, some of them slacker shoes just talking about.
So, since we talk about the slackers, Youngblood.
I feel that I tried my hardest of showing everybody I'm like very emotional with this poem, and hope I got the right message out to the people that I love poetry. I love the work of turning your non-speaking emotions into words and feeling good about the achievement that you've done after writing whatever's in your mind that you never had a chance to tell the people to their face, but express it in a different way. So I feel pretty good about it.
You could have texted that thought. Nah, you know how the kids with the texting nowadays.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, you know. Sorry, you probably didn't hear me on the mic. Yeah, I was talking about that I did enjoy his poem. And it took me to a place in my life where I could relate quite well with it. You know, especially certain things. But everything about it was in harmony. It was with... Hello. Welcome to Riverwest Radio.
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
You
hear me now?
Yes, I do.
This is Sweet Sexy Sharon, and I'm calling to wish Crick D a happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thanks, Sharon. Slacker.
Well, well, well. Well, Sweet D, it's been a pleasure to meet thee. You know?
It's not Sweet D, it's Sweet Sexy Sharon.
Oh. In that case, my nickname is already Battery.
That's Sweet Sexy Sharon on the phone.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You know who that is, Sharon.
Yeah. What?
I just had to say hi to my caller there, Sweet Sexy Sharon. I just knew that was her voice I was hearing.
Y'all enjoy. I've been on this internet and get hooked up with the internet, so enjoy.
We don't work with dial up. You gotta have Road Runner.
Okay. All right,
I'll pop him in the head for you.
And don't be.
Don't worry about that, Sharon. I got you.
All right, thanks, Sharon.
And don't be cutting it at the pole and reslicing. If you do, I'll give you my house number.
Look for a good bootleg.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of, are we there yet? Did either one of you get a chance to see the hero movies came out there? Dark Knight or that Spider-Man movie?
No, but we talked about Spider-Man a little bit. It was crazy.
It was just something different for me to see. I never really saw it that way before. It's still the same scenario, but my son here feels that Dark Knight is the best movie out there, and he ended up in a little argument with someone else about saying Spider-Man is the best movie. I'm just trying to see who feels that Spider-Man was the best movie over Dark Knight, or if Dark Knight was the best movie over Spider-Man.
I'm waiting for the bootleg.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, actually, I did sneak in for free. I really didn't pay for it.
Can't go to the theater. No, I'm not bootlegging.
I appreciate
no,
that.
not that.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So, we may be slackers, but we pay our bills.
Well, not all the time.
I'll put something on it.
Or put something on it.
Just a little bit, just a little something. Make sure it don't get cut off now. Got too many of those.
So, but if there's anybody out there that wants to call in, please do, and wish Crick a happy birthday. Nobody wished me a happy birthday.
When was your birthday, Papa Smurf?
I don't remember.
See how I mean? They don't remember either. Ain't nobody go. Yeah, happy birthday. I say it to you, happy birthday, Papa Smurf. For whatever day that was during 365 days of this year, happy birthday.
Well, I thank you very much. I thank you very much.
So is that in decimals? What's your age?
Well, I'm waiting for Noah to pay me the money back to his
Yeah, Noah needs to come on up that money. I'm serious. I need a chicken or two or something. I need to, the way the price is going in the food stores these days, I need a couple chickens I need to go ahead on.
We got a man outside on a unicycle juggling.
All right, for the unicycle guy.
Go unicycle.
With a cowboy hat on his head.
We got a call, got to take a short break, we got a call. Riverwest Radio. CC speaking. Jesus.
Is that Jesus?
Oh.
Hello.
Who's calling?
Mark.
All right. Mark.
Mark.
Receiving slacker Mark.
David's girlfriend. David's boyfriend.
All right, thanks for the call, Mark. This your boy, Crick D.
Happy birthday, Crick.
All right, thanks.
Take care. Bye.
Nice hearing from you.
Did Jesus himself call you just a minute ago?
That was Mark.
Oh, okay. I thought you had Jesus on the phone.
I thought he was speaking Spanish at first.
Lord have mercy.
So, if you're out there and you have nothing to do, drive up down Center Avenue on your bicycle. Join the fun. Hold on, another call. Hello. Can I help you?
Yeah, it's Crick there.
Speaking.
Crick, happy birthday, man.
Who this?
It's Frank from ACS.
All right, thanks, Frank.
Hey, man, I was hoping to get you some tunes, too, but I didn't have anything shorter than like a half hour.
We here every Friday.
Oh, well, get you something for next week, man.
If you stop all that slacking, you could have got us some tunes.
Well, you know me, I don't do nothing, man.
Some people walk around here, but I ain't talking about myself.
We already know the truth about that now.
All right, thanks, Frank.
Happy birthday, man.
All right, thanks a lot.
Bye.
What you think about this walking contraption? This is a quick history on bicycles.
Walking contraption? Are you talking about?
The walking machine, a bicycle.
Oh, that's the first one.
Yeah.
That
Well,
the,
no, it's a machine, technically, not a bicycle. The first was made in 1860.
It was a prototype.
That was my bike in 1860. I'm still trying to learn how to ride that.
You talking about the walking machine?
Yeah.
Yes. That was touched on earlier, man. You know, about being the first simulation from a bicycle. You know.
I think Big Mouth need one of them. There ain't no pedals on that junk.
Really, I do. really, I do. I cannot ride a bicycle. Even with bus tires. What was the big old tires they used to have on the bikes back in the day? I don't even think I could ride one of those. I'm planning on doing it this year, though. I'm going to finally, get out there with a bicycle and fall a couple times.
See.
I'm not afraid to fall no more.
She come in a different era, because in my day, any self-righteous woman would sit on the handlebars.
I ain't never told you I was a woman to sit on the handlebars. Now, I can walk where I want to go. I didn't need no wheels to get there. Back in the day, we used to walk everywhere. We didn't need no bicycle.
No, I use a bicycle. I rode a bicycle.
But my mom couldn't afford no bicycle at the time. We had one bike, and 3 of us were sharing one bike. And so when she got enough money to buy 3 bikes, I had a bicycle until my brother broke his bike. And then when he broke his bike, I, gave him mine voluntarily because I had other things to do. So she thought that I could ride a bicycle by the time she bought us 10 speeds. And when she bought the 10 speeds, I did not know how to ride a bike then. When she thought I did, I sold it to my uncle, and she beat the crap out of me because I sold my bike for $100. So to this day, I still never rode a bicycle, but I know not to never give nothing away no more that my mom bought me. So,
you remember back in the day we used to put the playing card in your bike?
For the motor?
Yeah, make the little Harley Davidson sound. You was cool then. Yeah, kids don't do that no more though. The balloon, I remember the balloon.
Whatever happened to the 12-speed? Wasn't there a 12-speed?
No, the 5-speed.
It was 5-speed?
No, 10-speed. That was the bike. That was the kicker. That was a swing.
Yeah, I had the swing 5-speed. You remember those with the long pole in the back?
Yeah, sissy bar.
Yeah,
they call it sissy bar.
I forgot.
Okay.
Well.
It's still called that today, even on a motorcycle, a sissy bar. Okay, came with Stingrays. Stingrays were 5-speed.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't jack too often. They looked good, but you couldn't get away fast enough on them.
They were too heavy. They were too heavy.
An average bike back then weighed about 65 pounds because of the material. But
I actually want to learn how to ride my nose. I got to do the bike thing first.
You can ride a motorcycle?
Not yet. I want to, but I got to get to the bike first. So first, I guess, weird. I'll ride anything with wheels.
Hello. How can we help you? Riverwest Radio. Hello. Huh?
I was calling to wish Kurt D a happy birthday.
Wishing Crick D. Crick is up the creek.
That's Crick D.
Oh, here he is. He's back down.
I'm back. Crick D's back.
Well, we know you're back. Don't start over this, man. Give me answer the question.
Who we have on the line?
Man, you got DJ E-Noise, man. Just calling and wishing you a happy birthday. Know you're getting old, you slacking, Bama.
No, sir. No, I ain't gonna even go there.
It's alright, man. I hope you're enjoying your birthday. Know you had a lot of hard slacking at work today.
You know I work on my birthday, and that's every day.
Man, you don't work on any day ending in Y. What you talking about?
Big Mouth.
Eric, what you eating right now?
just got finished eating a salad for dinner. Why? What you finna to fix?
Fentanyl. What is fentanyl?
Man, you know I'm from the South, man. We got a little bit different swagger about our communication skills. But in other words, what are you getting ready to fix?
I know Eric said he was finna eat. He always eat. He ain't finna eat. What you eat?
What he getting ready? What you getting ready to fix?
Yeah.
Cut him off, man. We'll fix you. Let's go back to the time of the day. We got the power.
Well, holla at you later, Eric. You have a good night.
All right, thanks for calling, Eric.
Yes.
All right, Woo! What's the birthday? I ain't gonna know.
What you want for your birthday, Craig? You never said what you want for your birthday. What kind of gift you want this year?
Life.
You want life? You feeling sad? You feeling like?
No, long as I got life, I'm good. Long as I'm breathing, I'm good.
He's learning what life is all about.
Looks like he's breathing now. We need to make sure he gets some life in him. We need to get him out in the climb or something.
Well, we got him out to this point.
And we ain't put him out on a stretcher. He still got some life in him now.
Oh, that man's got a lot of life. Like I told you, he's going to be charging people to bring their kids underneath the tree and telling them stories. Like an old Jamaican man with a great big
by
head.
that time, he'll be an old Jamaican man. Baby finna be born. He ain't got that much time.
Well, he can still make the money and have fun, let the kids have fun. There's nothing like a good story. And most people don't read stories to their kids or use the imagination to tell stories to their kids. So when their kids come up, they tell them stories.
You make sure it's in your memory bank, because you ain't going to be able to read or none of that kind of stuff when it comes to reading to your kids. Keep it all in there.
At the rate it's going, we're going to be texting each other anyway.
You got to learn to text when you good with that stuff already.
Well,
what you think about the first bike race?
The first bike race. What do I think about it?
Yeah.
A lot of people.
May 31st, 1868.
Well, at that time, they still owed me money for the Hoover Dam that was going to be built. Hadn't been built yet, but they was already owed me money on it because it was late. Government, they get late.
Always.
But the first bike race was, wasn't it France, if I'm not mistaken?
Oh, yeah, Paris, yeah.
Somebody won it. I was a good one, and probably at that time they're still running on wooden wheels or iron wheels.
Iron wheels and wooden frame. That's what I need. Exactly.
Ooh, I know he was so split it up.
Yeah, but he was a winner. He got to participate.
It might have been a three-wheeler, so it might work for me.
And if it wasn't for bikes, we wouldn't have a lot of the technology that's on the car.
Well, that's a true statement.
Yeah. Or the airplane, right?
Yeah, well, we wouldn't have it if it wasn't
Harley
for.
Davidson wouldn't be what it is.
It wouldn't if it wasn't for two gentlemen that used to work on bicycles that got this bright idea. Hold on. Hello, how do you do tonight? You are right now talking to Riverwest Radio. I guess you would like to talk to someone on this show because you called it up. We didn't call you. What do you want to talk about? Let me know.
Hey, is this CC?
Do I owe you money?
Crick, let me talk to Crick D.
Oh.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Crick D, where you at?
We don't owe you nothing, dude. No.
Hey, this
Who we got on the phone calling?
This is based on the stand-up, holding up all the slackers. What's happening with your number one?
What up, Rob?
Hey, what's going on with you?
Get my slack on.
Hey, get your slack on,
we up here enjoying this bike race at Riverwest, you dig?
Yeah, okay, all right. You gonna see him at the finish line, huh?
Yeah, but somehow somebody found out it was Quick's birthday, man, and that's all we've been talking about. All you people who want to talk about Quick's birthday, at least do the pleasure and honor. Say, hey, are you CC?
Hey, I know. Hey,
we already know Papa Smurf.
I created CC.
Oh man, am I talking to Methuselah? Hey, bro, how you doing?
This Rob on the phone. This is our Big Mouth on the phone.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call. We appreciate you calling, Rob. We will holler at you later.
All right, y'all be good.
Definitely.
I appreciate hearing all the people calling in, all the love they have for you today, Craig D. They really spread their love to you today, letting you know that they appreciate you in one way or the other, whether we know about it or not. They letting you know they got love for you today for your birthday.
Yes, it is. You know, and it's it's actually kind of nice because of all the time that I've known you, you never invited me to your birthday.
He never even told me he had a birthday. I thought he was like you. He never even told me he had a birthday. I thought he was like you. Don't have no birthday.
Oh.
I was shocked. I had to make him show me ID today. I said, show me your ID. I want to see your ID. I did not believe him when he said his birthday was today. But then I felt like I need to give him something else. Feel like he's been cool since I know him, day one. Down to show some love too.
Is that why you came down?
Yeah.
Tomorrow
I'll beat him down.
You drove all the way up here just to say happy birthday to this man in person.
Oh, yes, for sure.
And then you call me a purple little dude?
Yeah. You're not purple. You black and all that. You know, that's why it's the Black Papa Smurf.
Okay. Yes, Papa Smurf is speaking. Yes, I am calling to you. I am talking to you from Riverwest Radio Station. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Hi, this is Sonny from Milwaukee.
Oh, wait a minute. You haven't got long steel claws, do you, man?
Excuse me?
Long steel claws with a big floppy hat and a trench coat? You said Freddie?
Sonny.
Okay.
Oh, we thought you said funny.
I just called to wish Crick a happy birthday.
All right, thanks, Sonny.
Okay, and this is where you should be. God bless you. Many more birthdays. Many more birthdays. You should be in entertainment. You good? And
Hey,
God
Sonny.
bless you.
This is Big Mouth on the phone, hollering at you. Thanks for calling in today and giving our Crick a happy birthday and a blessed birthday. We appreciate your call today.
Okay, shout out. Can I do that?
Send a shout out. Go for it.
All right. I want to give a shout out to Dimples. She knows who she is. Thinking about you, okay? That's all. God bless.
All right.
Man, Crick, you're getting a lot of unknown callers today, it seems like. I don't know if you're expecting all this love today. I don't know. He kind of busted over here.
I feel like we're out of your Facebook.
Here we go.
Got the Facebook kick.
Yes, good evening. This is Creeks Butler. May I help you? This is Riverwest Radio Station, and I'm holding down the fort for him. Would you like to say something?
Hello?
Hello.
Is Chris here?
Speaking. What's up, Con?
Khan, yeah.
Genghis Khan, Emperor.
Hello, who are you? CC? Huh?
Yeah, it's that little BCC. Not Quick D, but CC. C. Khan?
Hey, hello?
Yes.
Is Chris here?
Yeah, this him.
Yeah, how are you, Chris?
All
Happy
right.
birthday.
All right, thanks. You ain't got no song for us?
I listen Lionel Richie now. You laugh, you hear?
Yes.
Appreciate this love.
You hear?
We waiting on you to sing the birthday song.
Yeah. I lay down, listen Lionel Richie now. You hear?
It's in the background.
Thank you.
All right, thanks,
a lot, Carl. Wow, if I can only get like a dime for every call, I think I'm already up to $20.
Woo.
How you feeling over there, Crick D?
All right, feeling old, all these birthday calls.
Ooh, don't do that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to feel younger.
We could stay here
Young and hard.
for the 24-hour bike race, and you still wouldn't get enough to match your birthday.
$1 a year, we all be rich.
$1 a year, I'll tell you how old I am.
Hey, Aardvark, where's my ashtray? Put it in my room so I can smoke. Let's hire a race car driver, drive through the park and just tell jokes. And if it costs too much, I'll foot the bill because I will. Oh, I would like that. Oh, I would like that. Oh.
Thank you for joining us. This is a special edition of the Size of Thoughts Conversations with the Alliance of History Graduate Students. Normally we do Tuesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. But today are doing it from noon to 2 p.m. as part of Riverwest Radio's 24-hour coverage of the Riverwest 24. Normal disclaimer at this point that the statements and views and quotations you're about to hear are solely those of Size of Thoughts and guests and callers. They do not in any way represent Riverwest Radio, and Riverwest Radio should not be held liable for anything that may be said over the next 2 hours. So beyond that, so today, the different format, that larger amount of interaction, hopefully with people that are currently just finished with the race. So just for today, I'm the producer of Size of Thoughts, Jacob Liplick, and joining me today is returning Size of Thoughts guest, Monica Drake.
Hi Jacob, thanks for having me.
And also first-time guest, Joe P., aka Joseph Pierce.
Good morning, Jacob. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. So the normal pattern of this show is, to offer conversations among graduate students and their broader social sphere, allies, contacts, partners, friends, etc. So it ends up being a lot of discussion on history, politics, community, etc. So in that one for today, we're going to be talking about bicycling context and the ecological and other formats of that. But before that, we're going to take this call. I think. Okay. Hello? Calling in? Hello, excuse me? Person on the phone? Riverwest Radio? Nope, sorry, can't hear that at present. Okay, sorry, pushing that down. If anyone just tried to go in, we'll be, I think, hopefully working out logistics of that as it unfolds. But in the meantime of it, the part of the question we can consider at this time is what makes a bicycling community. I mean, that's obviously what allows things like this race that are happening now, in Milwaukee in a way that they, haven't always been and weren't, and still aren't in many other cities. So I guess question for both Monica and Joe, I mean, what does it mean for a city to have a strong bicycling community, a bicycling culture?
Well, I think for me, you look at, what other things make strong communities, and it's certainly places, restaurants, bars, churches, community centers, places like that make strong communities, and equally bicycling pulls people together the same way those spaces and organizations do. You have people who rally around a certain form of transportation, who might have, like-minded ideas about, saving the environment, reducing their carbon footprint, or just that bicycling is a lot of fun. And so those people share some ideas together and have an amount of camaraderie that surround the bicycling community, and that's really what builds it. Isn't particularly the form of transportation, but that people can come together and talk about those broader issues that bicycling helps to, or really focuses on, like environmentalism or reducing carbon footprint, the fact that it's fun, the fact that it's really good exercise. So I think that in and of itself really helps build the bicycling community. It isn't quite just the transportation aspect. You can get from point A to point B very easily, in your car. But I don't know that I see the same kind of community surrounding automobile transportation. Maybe classic cars, for sure. You can have a community that surrounds classic cars or muscle cars. But I don't really think that has anything to do with the aspect of driving. Driving is a very individualistic thing. It's individualistic in its mode of transportation. There are a lot of people who totally neglect car sharing, and you'll see a lot of people on the highway in their cars all by themselves, but there are hundreds of thousands of cars on the road every day where you could probably reduce half of them if people would just, get together and drive to wherever they're going together.
Yeah, make a friend at work, right?
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
But one of the things about bicycling community and culture, it's one thing that really I find is strange that it's kind of like separatist from a lot of things, like not just necessarily people who commit to riding their bicycles on daily, weekly, monthly basis usually are pretty into it more than just a hobby. It's not like something that leans up in the garage and like, oh, it's Wednesday, it's time to ride my bike. You know, they typically find the best kind of gear, the best kind of equipment, the stuff they like the most. I mean, yeah, there's always a little bit of fancy, you know, like kind of one-upmanship, but that's with anything else. You know, at work, I find it funny that two of the guys commute to work together, they carpool together. There's like 3 of us that ride bicycles, and then the other 2 guys ride scooters or mopeds. And it's not really, I don't think it's really by plan, it's more by accident. It's just the industry that I'm in is a very, you know, ecologically conscious, trying to preserve things, and I think it kind of draws those people together. You know, we all kind of do this not because we're really thinking of the grander scale, like, oh, we're gonna save the earth by like riding our bikes to work every day, but it's kind of a bonus, you know. Another panda bear gets to breathe easy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of good points touched in that. Although in the interest of the context of the community and biking community, we'll take this time to just update people on current status of the race. We're with the lead for the A team, which is a team that one bike among the larger group. Is the Poisonous Scorpion Razor Blades, N Fuego. 53 laps, 28 bonus points with no penalties. And then coming close behind with 48 laps is the Milwaukee Bike Polo. And just briefly, B team, which all having their own kind, is the Bangarang with 51 laps, the Crushing Crew with 48. So seems again close and just impressive the amount of time people have gone up.
Yeah,
it's
a lot of dedication
into that. But yeah, I think the mentioned sort of common themes is partly the community, partly the ecological consciousness, which it seems would go together in large part. And also, you know, I'm interested in picking up Monica's point on the, you know, particularly in competition with car culture. I mean, since that's the default, I mean, it's not generally, it's biking not instead of walking a bit or public transit. I mean, it is in some areas, but for the whole, it's a competition between owning and riding your own car on a daily basis or bike. And there are, I mean, obvious logistical reasons. I mean, that sometimes cars are unfortunately just necessity for anything. But and at the same time, we also just know that the car culture is one of the more destructive in the long run, and that and even beyond what's sort of doing to the planet, that it's not something that we can assume our grandchildren will be doing. Just it's based on a level of energy consumption and fuel depletion that is it has a very definite lifespan.
Yeah, right. you can take a 100-year-old bike and, you know, squirt some lube on the chain and ride it down the street. But, I mean, you can't find a 100-year-old car because they didn't exist that long ago. You know, plain and simple, they weren't. But if you take like a Model T, which was like the most dependable, greatest technology at the time, very affordable for everyone if you're a farmer or a banker. And, you know, pretty easy to assemble and amass the parts that were all made and assembled here, which is something that doesn't really happen very often. And, you know, there's probably only maybe a couple dozen left that still run, that are able to drive around. But, I mean, bicycling is, they're a little bit more sturdy machines. I mean, you dig them out of an old barn and slap some new tires on them and buff off the rust, and there you go.
Yeah, cars are really the great American invention, just coming off the tail end of the, Industrial Revolution and really automating transportation, as well as when other things were becoming incredibly automated for society. But what you notice with this, the tail end of this, and going further into the 20th century, is this idea of planned obsolescence, and it is incredibly wrapped up in the car culture. Most cars will not run past 100, 200,000 miles. For people who drive every day, if they're driving 3 miles, 6 miles, if they're driving from the east side to Brookfield, that's 30 minutes, that's 30 miles. That's not a lot of time in your car, the lifespan anyway. And as Jacob was saying, as Joe was saying, you know, the things that it takes to run a car indefinitely are not sustainable. I think Joe put it best the other day when he said that there aren't any more new dinosaurs being made. So this is a finite resource that we can't possibly control anymore. I was reading an article the other day too that kind of shed some light on our status as far as global warming is concerned and whatnot, and our output of fossil fuels being part and parcel to the problem of that. When 10 years ago, Al Gore's infamous movie, if you want to call it infamous movie, came out, they were saying that the separation between us and utter catastrophe, the seas rising and species disappearing, was 2 degrees. I think that they grossly underestimated that. According to this article in New Scientific Research, now they're saying it's about 1 degree and we're at 0.08. So these are real concerns and we really can't put them off anymore. I mean, 10 years ago, the issue of global warming was kind of, more, I don't want to say more or less a joke, but it really wasn't taken seriously, and there were a lot of scientists who were in the pocket of certain politicians that were willing to skew the evidence and say that they did have definitive evidence that everything was okay, and they were put up against, what seemed or were made out to be these wacky left-wing liberal scientists who said that, all the polar bears were dying and whatnot. I think that today we really need to come to some kind of consensus as human beings, as the human species, internationally, locally, whatever, that says we need to do something different. Riding a bike is one of those things. It's good for your body, it's good for your mind. You understand your community so much better when you're on it, and you get out of that car, you can hear all the birds and the sounds and the smell of your community, and you're really doing such a great thing towards, helping save the earth. And I know that is a huge goal. It seems like a huge goal and really vague. So helping save the earth. I'm helping save the earth by just biking to my job. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it really does make a difference. You get one person off the road, you get 100,000 people off the road. It just takes someone to start.
Yeah, and it seems that partly you can't overemphasize the immediate practical need for an alternative to our culture and to, the left gets stigmatized in a number of ways, or this is sort of like, sort of weird, sort of hippie, drop out, etc. But I mean, this is talking about, whether we can have a form of community that can have a level of ongoing transport in the future or format, or if we just move towards what we, not to say sort of end to the mechanism of cars, but if not well handled, could an end to industrial civilization and such. And I think it's the point teasing out a bit more is what goes into consideration of transport. So I don't think it's just a matter of all right, time to figure out how we're getting to work on a regular basis. Let's look at the prices and all the factors involved to make a completely rational, objective, detached judgment on this. I think it's partly like, well, on the other hand, the car commercials make it seem like really cool.
Yeah. That's their job.
And I was thinking in the back of my head, there's we just have to kind of re-stigmatize, cars as not being such a status symbol and being so cool, and bicycles being much cooler. Like the guy that invented the spinner rims, the guys from Milwaukee, and those things are really cool. I like them. They make cars look cool, but if you could do something for bicycles, it might flip things around. People might be a little bit more we don't see bicycle commercials on TV. We see commercials for bicycles during races, and those are all those rocket ship race machines that
$1,000 machines.
Yeah, they're $3,000 carbon fiber, indestructible, but that's not practical for my application. I just need a workhorse. I need something to go back and forth. The less parts, the less pieces, the easier it is to maintain, the less things are to break. Those bikes are amazing, but they have an entire support team break them down and build them every single night, so they're perfect for the next day. When during the tour they had a series of flat tires that was some kind of sabotage set up by the crowd or someone, and it caused $10,000 worth of damage. And these are just flat tires on bicycles. A tube is 99 cents.
Yeah, it really, you're right, the bikes that they're showing during the tour and other races, that doesn't really, signify the types of bikes that people ordinarily are going to be getting, or the price that they're going to, end up paying for their bike is infinitely less than having, an automobile for sure. And you don't have those sexy, marketed bicycles at all, unless you're reading some kind of, obscure magazine or some particular, piece that you have to dig in to find in the New York Times or something. That they have like a particular person who writes about bicycling and bike culture, but that's definitely not on the headlines. So
yeah, you have to be immersed in the culture.
You have to know where to look, but at the same time, you really, it's not really hard. You can come into Riverwest, where we're airing from right now, and you can take your pick of used bicycle shops around here. Walk in and have someone really friendly either fix your bike or sell you something that is not going to put you out. You won't have to eat ramen noodles for 3 weeks because you got a bike. And certainly when you go to other places in Milwaukee that are high-end bicycle dealers, I won't say any of them. We all know where those places are. You can walk in and see a group of people riding those computrollers or whatever that signify like a tour stage or something, and they're all on $4,000 bikes and tracksuits, and they've got helmets on that look like alien heads, and I mean it can be kind of off-putting for the regular person, but certainly you can find places in Milwaukee that are going to be able to hook you up with a super awesome bike and really cheap.
I was just gonna say, people don't think twice about dropping, a couple $100s on like the newest I want.
Right.
But you could invest that money in a bicycle and I think get a greater return. And you can leave a bicycle out in the rain and it's pretty okay, or like drop it and you don't have to worry about it shattering into a million pieces. For $150, $200, I bet you one of these little places around here gets you a nice old school 10 speed just to bounce around town on. It doesn't take much. I always try to tell people, I've ridden every day for years and years now, no matter what the rain or the snow or weather conditions. And I always tell people you don't have to do it that hard. You can just start out like once a month, go to the grocery store, even just go get a cup of coffee. Just take one time that you would normally use your car and eliminate that, and just to see how it feels. And you can keep it going. Someday, one day, you can set a record and ride every day to work for 5 years straight without ever taking the bus or a cab or anything like that.
And just real quickly, I just want to throw in that, this is just the beginning of something